Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to a weekend reviewing the Premier League games from this past weekend. And starting off with Man City, who finally got back to winning ways with a win away at Leicester. It was 2-0 on the scoreline, and a relatively comfortable win for Man City, I'd say. Savinho gave them the lead in the 21st minute and Haaland in the 74th minute. With Man City in recent weeks, you're never quite sure they're going to hold on. It wasn't a vintage performance, but it's one that got them back on track, and hopefully a confidence boosting win for them that can set them on one of their good old runs and maybe even back into title contention. You can never say never with Man City. But moving on into Tottenham, and they dropped more points, 2-2 home to Wolves. Chan gave Wolves the lead in the 7th minute, and Bentancur in the 12th minute made it 1-1. Son then missed a penalty, but a few minutes after that, Breen and Johnson right on the stroke of half-time, giving Tottenham the lead. But a late goal from Larson made it 2-2, and Tottenham, dominated the game going forward. They'll be absolutely wondering how they didn't get 3 points from this game, but fair play to Vitor Pereira. He continued his great start in charge of Wolves, but for Tottenham, more missed opportunities, and the pressure really grows on Ange. Moving on into Fulham 2, Bournemouth 2 at Craven Cottage. Jimenez in the 40th minute giving Fulham the lead, and Evanilson equalised in the 51st minute. Harry Wilson gave Fulham the lead in the 72nd minute, but Otara in the 89th minute levelled things up for Bournemouth. And two good sides in a really insane draw. And I think Bournemouth, for me, definitely were good value for the point. Probably in the end, a draw was a fair result, and I think both teams will be relatively satisfied. Maybe Fulham slightly more disappointing, dropping points at home. But I think still a decent game between the two sides. Moving on into Forest, and they secured an impressive win away at Goodison Park. Chris Wood in the 15th minute giving Forest the lead, and Morgan Gibbs-White in the 61st minute made it 2-0 to Forest. And this was a really impressive performance, a really, really good performance from Forest. We've seen Everton take points off some of the massive teams in the league recently, so for them to pick up a result like that, it's such a commanding victory, really is a great win for them. But Sean Dyche, I know he's had a tough run of fixtures, but it does feel like the pressure is kind of starting to go on him a little bit. But moving on then to Crystal Palace 2, Southampton 1, and Southampton remarkably took the lead through Tyler Dibbling in the 15th minute, but Trevor Chalobah soon equalised, and Mbere Eze in the second half made it 2-1. And Palace, in the end, just about shaded it. I think there's definitely signs of improvement for Southampton under Ivan Juric. But at the moment, it's just not quite resulting in points. I think that's just probably a sign of how far away they are at the moment. So I think a good win for Palace. Southampton positives to take, but still a lot of work to do. Moving on to West Ham 0, Liverpool 5. A dominant win for Liverpool. Goals from Diaz, Gatko, Salah, Trent and Jota. 5 different goal scorers. Who put the ball in the West Ham net? Half the team did. A dominant win for Liverpool. West Ham didn't really have a strong goal, and it's performances like this that really question whether Lopetegui can be the man to guide West Ham forward in the long term. This was utterly dominant from Liverpool, and at the moment in the title race, they're looking pretty imperious, aren't they? But moving on now to a memorable night for all Ipswich fans at Portman Road, as they defeated Chelsea by 2 goals to 0. It was Delap in the 12th minute he gave Ipswich the lead. Felix thought he equalised, but it was ruled out for offside by VAR, and then Mari Hutchinson in the 53rd minute made it 2-0 to Ipswich, sealing all 3 points. And a remarkable performance by Ipswich. This is really Ipswich at their best, showing what they can do. Chelsea had a lot of the games you might expect, but Ipswich defended well, took their chances and got the win. But for Maresca's team, a bit of a rocky patch over Christmas, and they need to reverse that. Moving on then to Villa 2, Brighton 2 at Villa Park, and it was a dinger in the 12th minute who gave Brighton the lead before Watkins and Rodgers made it 2-1, but a late goal from Lamperty made it 2-2. And Villa maybe just shaded the game, but I think on the balance of things, Brighton would be pretty pleased with their performance and a draw. I think away from home they'll be happy with the two teams, but I don't think two decent teams going up against each other, I don't think either side will be massively disappointed by the result, really. A relatively fair scoreline. Moving on into Manchester United 0, Newcastle 2, and it was 2 early goals from Isaac and Joe Linton that really made the difference. Some tough moments here, such as Xerxes getting subbed off after 33 minutes, heading straight down the tunnel. And I think it's just emphasises really the mess that Manchester United are in at the moment, really struggling, and they need to kind of arrest that slide, really, because at the moment, under Amorim so early in his reign, it's not looking good, is it? But Newcastle on a bit of a march. Moving on into Brentford 1, Arsenal 3 at the GTEC, and Brentford took the lead in the 13th minute through Mbumo, but Gabriel Jesus, Marino and Martinelli were the goals for Arsenal to make it 3-1. And fair play, this was a really good performance from Arsenal here. it's a tough start, but they definitely turned it around, and I think in the end were worthy with all 3 points. And big win for them. They just need to keep the pressure on Liverpool. At the moment, it doesn't look like they're going to slip Liverpool, but they've got to be there if they are, and at the moment they're putting themselves in position to do so.
This video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily football news, meme, and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.